Well, it could be the most well-chiseled statue ever in the history of Atlanta. It'll stand 9 feet tall, and yes, it's the real deal. A statue of Hall of Famer and 4-time world boxing champion Evander Holyfield. Today, the mayor announced the statue will forever be a part of our landscape in Atlanta. It cost $90,000, made from bronze, and will be placed in front of the Flatiron Building downtown. And earlier today, I sat down with the champ to talk about the statue. I also snuck in a couple questions about his son and the Georgia Bulldogs' big game on Saturday. Where does this stack up? You're talking about a 9-foot statue. How does that stack up to all the other accolades and honors you've had in your career?
It's a statue, and it's big and it's large, and but you know, I'm honored about to get it. These are things that ain't promised to you. These are things that have something to do with what the people think about you, and so that would make this quite different.
Tell me about your connection to Atlanta, because you were born in Alabama, right? Then you came to Atlanta.
You know, I was 4 years old. So the thing is when I came to Atlanta, everything I learned in Atlanta. So when they started saying roots Alabama, I said, yeah, roots Alabama, good roots. I said, but I learned everything in Atlanta. So, you know, I'm Atlantic. I'm a Georgia boy.
The pose. So how did you decide what the pose should be, and how did you work with the artist in deciding what this statue is going to look like?
Well, actually, you know, I sent them about 4 or 5 shots and stuff like that, and so by the time the people started talking to me, they said, you know, but Evander, you're a humble person, and so of course, you know, one that I was excited about, I had my hand up like this and got that expression on my face, but you know, everybody was talking about the humility and said, you know, this is what people knowing you for. You know, even though you're a winner, you're not that guy that is very vocal. You quiet and all this, and they said, but what about kind of humility side? So they said, we like this, and I said, okay.
All right, Saturday. What are you doing Saturday? You going to the game?
No, I'm gonna be in China, and like that. So I'm having them to tape the fight. I already done call and tell them, tape the ball game where I can watch it.
And is your son confident? What do you think? Do you have any words of advice for him and his teammates going into such a big game like that?
Well, you know, payback pays way for a comeback. So, you know, the thing is that they can always tell him, but the second time is always better than the first time.
Well, Evander won't be there, but if you're heading to Mercedes-Benz Stadium on Saturday, log on to 11alive.com for tips on avoiding ticket scams and breakdowns of the Georgia and Auburn teams. Well,